Hey, what is up guys? My name is Corey, and today we're looking at the newly released 16-inch MacBook Pro, and more importantly, what it's been like carrying this machine daily for the past 2 months. Now there's already videos on YouTube of this MacBook going through benchmark and performance tests. So that's not what we're here to look at today. Today, we're looking at my experience with this actual MacBook, what I've liked, what I think could be changed, and what it was like to upgrade. Now, without wasting any more time, let's jump into the video. Wait, whoa. Side note, have you seen how cheap these MacBooks are getting? Fuck yeah! Now, there will be some common questions that I'll get asked, so let me tackle them right off the bat. Get it? Get it? Mom? Did you get it? Now, what configuration MacBook Pro did I purchase and why? So guys, I picked up the base model MacBook Pro coming in at $2,399. Now, I did grab mine off of B&H and I saved $100 on that purchase. Now, I did skin my MacBook with dbrand skins to help with the scratches from normal wear and tear usage. Now, what computer did I upgrade from? Well, previously, I had a 2014 15-inch MacBook Pro that I carried around for a few years. Now, the MacBook just started slowing down, and it really couldn't handle a 4K timeline properly. What notable features were lost when I upgraded machines? Now, the first and most notable feature we lost was the USB ports. But to me, that's actually bearable because of the USB Type-C. And we'll talk about that in just a minute. Now, secondly, the SD card slot. But to me, that's not too big of a deal since I'm shooting on a Canon 1DX. And lastly, we lost MagSafe, which I thought was a great addition to these MacBooks, a nice and safe feature. So I'd love to see that implemented in the future. Now, what notable features were added since upgrading? Now, first and most notable is that touch bar. It's extremely easy to navigate, and that's generally where I adjust my brightness, volume, and even where I use my emojis. Now, next up is the Touch ID, which is a convenient and secure access to my computer without having to type in a password. I mean, Apple, you've been doing it on these phones for how long now? It's about time you probably just have Face ID on these MacBooks. The next notable feature is the addition of that extra large trackpad. I mean, guys, I have a dedicated mouse sitting right beside my MacBook, but I still generally see myself use that trackpad at least 75% of the time. And that should tell you something. And last but not least was the addition of the 4 USB-C ports. So not only can I charge my MacBook from either side, I can also use my dongles on either side, and it just makes my computer more ambidextrous and easier to use in different situations. Now, at this point, you might be thinking, oh, I gotta go buy a bunch of different dongles. But in reality, that's just not the case. All you really need is one good, possibly 7-in-1, something that has micro SD, SD, HDMI, USB, USB Type-C, and possibly Ethernet if you want it. And there, you can call it a day. But what will really happen is once you've tried that one USB hub, you're gonna be like, kind of want to try a different USB hub. So it's not that you need more than one USB hub, it's that you're gonna want more than one USB hub. So what has it been like carrying this MacBook for the past 2 months? So I'll keep it short and sweet and say it has been a pleasure carrying this MacBook for the past 2 months. And not only am I impressed with this Mac, but also the investment that I had to make in order to do so. Now, talking more generally about this MacBook, some of the notable features I've been extremely happy with, for one, is that 16-inch Retina display with 500 nits of brightness. I mean, guys, the display gets extremely bright, and I never keep it on full brightness anymore. Now, with that larger display comes thinner bezels, and it just creates a better user experience, and it makes that unit just look that much more badass. Now, Apple says this MacBook has a high-fidelity 6-speaker system with force-canceling woofers. I say the audio quality on this machine is A++. Apple also says these MacBooks have a studio-quality microphone with a 3-mic array with high signal-to-noise ratio. And not that I'll use that microphone a ton by any means, but I'm happy to see where Apple is starting to cater their MacBook towards. Now, just some closing notes for this video. What do I think needs to stay the same going forward year after year? Now, first and foremost is that price point. I think Apple really nailed it this year and increasing a lot of value on this machine while keeping the price roughly the same. So Apple, please continue to stay on that trend. Second and lastly is the headphone jack. I mean, I agree you did great with the implementation of the USB Type-C, but please, 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 don't take that headphone jack away. I can get it on the phones, but on the MacBooks, I think it's just a little too valuable. Now, what could be fixed on these machines going forward? First things first is that 720p front camera. I mean, should you just ditch it? I personally believe Apple needs better financing options. And in particular, I'd really like to see a down payment option on these machines. And as MKBHD said,
and then take every improvement you just made with this 16-inch MacBook Pro and do it to the 13-inch MacBook Pro.
We really need to make that 13-inch MacBook Pro with a 14-inch screen to really create that ultimate portable work machine. I mean, think about it. At that point, you have easier portability, you can carry smaller backpacks, and it really just creates that ultimate portable work machine. And with that said, that's gonna be it for today's video, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in that comment section. If you like this video, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.